Yo, what's going on, everybody? Happy Sunday, Sunday fun day. You guys know the vibes, man. Let's go. About that time. Fully healed, back to normal, ready to rock out, y'all, man. Got a massive week ahead of us. Let's freaking get it. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Let's go. What's good, everybody? Brendan, Sherman, Anonymous, Jaden, NOD, James, Melvin, Sean, Steadfast, Pablo, Dre, Nicholas, Caesar, Jason, Sony, Steph, Misfit, Fleeky. How y'all doing tonight? Raya, let's go. Yusuf, what's good, brother? CR, God's gift, Amy. Welcome in, everybody. Hopefully you guys had a great weekend. Let's have a great night tonight. And most importantly, let's have a great week, man. I'm not going to lie to you guys. The past 2, 3, 4 weeks have just been unreal, man. If you've been trading with me on Zoom every day, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And it kind of sucks because I know it's not going to last for long. You know what I mean? That's why I've been so aggressive recently. But past month, really 2 months, it's just been insane, dude. Taking 2 losses. 90% of our winning trades are 50 to 100% plus. It's just been, the action has been insane. Ranges have been insane. Like, man, it's just been so beautiful. Like, I've been so excited to trade lately. Waking up in the morning, it's like, we get through these phases in the market where there's not much going on, ranges are tight, and it's like I don't even really want to trade. But lately, I'm just so happy to get up in the morning, so excited. So hopefully that continues. But yeah, man, let's get into tonight's live. You guys know the vibes, man. As always, we're gonna get into the economic calendar first, and then we're gonna get into the watch list for the week ahead. Before we get started, I'm doing a little mic check 1 2 visual check here. So if everybody can see clear and hear clear, put a 1. If you can't, put a 2. On your guys' cue, we'll get this thing rocking out. For everybody that's new here, welcome. For all my regulars, shout out to you guys, man. I appreciate every single one of you guys for showing up tonight. Let's have a great night tonight, all right? Waiting on you guys. Drop the 1s, drops the 2s. Make sure everything's good. Let's get it. Alrighty. Let's go, man. Let's go ahead and make this thing bigger for you guys. I'm going to go ahead and switch this up. Like that. Bada bing, bada boom. Big screen. Let's go, man. Let's pull up this economic calendar. Let's have a great night tonight, y'all. We're going into Monday, March 10th. Full trading week ahead of us. Big trading week ahead of us. Going into Monday, March 10th, as I stated. Nothing of importance there on Monday. Tuesday is where the data kicks off here. Tuesday, March 11th, we have JOLTS at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, that is Tuesday, March 11th. Wednesday is the star of the show here. Wednesday, March 12th. Very big morning for us. We have CPI at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So my recommendation to you guys is do not swing from Monday into Tuesday or Tuesday into Wednesday. I wouldn't even swing Wednesday into Thursday because Thursday we also have a very big day here. Thursday, March 13th, we have jobless claims, our usual, and then PPI at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And yeah, very big week here, man. Tuesday, big. Wednesday, the biggest day of the week. Thursday, piggybacking off of Wednesday, very big. And then we're going into Friday here, March 14th, where we have consumer sentiment at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Big week, right? Very big week. Monday's very chill, obviously. Monday, March 10th, nothing exciting there. But Tuesday, we got JOLTS, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Wednesday, biggest day of the week, CPI. And then Thursday, we have our jobless claims, PPI, very big day. And then Friday, we have consumer sentiment. Wednesday, Thursday, these are market movers, right? These are big market movers. This can shift the sentiment. This is, this could be the opportunity for a catalyst for a reversal in terms of going back to all-time highs, or this could be the catalyst to send us into a bear market. And there's no joke or exaggeration in between there, right? This is a very big week, and we have some very beautiful charts, very important charts, and let's get into it, y'all. Kicking it off here, we have NQ. We're going to spend a lot of time tonight going over the structure of all of these charts because it's very important, right? With the recent action, it's very, very important. So here we are. This is NQ. This is going to be the monthly time frame, as you guys see here. Let's really get into it, man. I want to narrow down on this recent action. We all know, we all got it, we all get it. It's all good, right? We got our low, higher low, higher low. Now, here we are. Higher high, higher high, higher high. Now, let's talk. Let's talk. Pay attention, right? Up here, what do we have? We have a high, and then we have a lower high on the monthly. Not only do we have a lower high, but we had a bearish engulfing through last month's session, and we broke that previous month's low, and here we are, very weak, right? Very, very weak. So on this monthly chart, it's starting to be in confluence with that weekly and daily and hourly, right? Hourly's full-blown downtrend, daily full-blown downtrend, weekly working on the downtrend, and monthly we're starting to flip here, right? So we're starting to get that confluence from top to bottom. This is huge, right? So from a monthly standpoint, this is a weak chart, right? This is a weak chart. Now, there's something that I don't want to forget here, and that's where we're currently trading, right? This is the level of all levels, right? This is the level of all levels, right? Massive, massive, massive 20,000, 19,800 level. This is it, right? This is the line in the sand. This is all we have left, right? You guys can see we have the starting point, we have the connector, and this is the third touch for this overall uptrend, right? This is it. This is it. Bottom line, right? There's nothing more to say. This is the line in the sand. If we hold this uptrend here, it's very likely we're probably going to rip back into all-time highs, right? That's very likely. Or, right, we're going to fail here, right? And if we do fail, that's it. It's a ball game, right? It's a ball game. It's over, right? Literally over. As of right now, NQ has fully corrected, right? So we've had a 10% correction back down into this macro uptrend trend line support. This is huge, right? We've had our correction. We've had our pullback. So now there is no saying, oh, well, this is just a pullback. This is no longer a pullback. This is a correction, right? Totally different category, totally different territory, right? After a correction, we're talking bear market, right? Correction's 10%, bear market's 20%. Is that out of the world? No, that's not out of the world, right? That's very reasonable, right? That's very reasonable. From current levels, we're talking about another 10% drop, another correction. That's not out of this realm, right? That's definitely in the cards. So this is what we got to pay attention to here on the monthly. Getting down to the weekly, what do you notice, right? Yes, we were in an overall uptrend, but pay attention now, right? What's going on here, right? What's going on here? Let's really zone in here, right? One high, two highs. That's an equal high, right? It's a double top, failure to go higher. What's most important here is that break of structure, right? We broke that structure. This was our higher low, right? This was a low. That low got taken out. Now we have a lower low, right? This is huge, right? So on this weekly time frame, what we're looking for is a retracement back into this 20,800. If we can get that, form a lower high on the weekly, this is over, right? This is over. This is bear market territory, right? This is bear market territory. So moving forward on this weekly chart, and right, if you guys are looking at the same weekly chart I am, we're in trouble, right? We're in a lot of trouble, right? We've broken pretty much every support we've had, right? The next big support here on the weekly is down at 18,000 and 18,800. We're in trouble, right? This is huge. We're in very big trouble. Look at the volume that is accompanying this move, right? Anybody that looks at this chart and says, oh yeah, I'm super bullish, needs their fucking head checked, right? This is not a bullish chart right now. This is a very bearish chart, right? We have our double top, we have our failure to go higher, we have our breaker structure, we have rising volume. we're in trouble, right? But again, we kind of got to revert back. Yes, everything is leaning towards the downside, but we're still holding this uptrend, right? Just we talked about on the monthly. This is it, right? 20,000, 19,800. This is the level of all levels. If we break this trend line, that's the last thing was holding us up. It's over, right? If you go look from a daily standpoint, right, you're going to get that same read. Got the top, lower high, break of structure, and we're continuing to push lows here. Even if you look at this daily chart here, right, the next level isn't until down at 19,000, 18,800 as I spoke about, and then it's 18,000. We're in trouble. We're in trouble. Big trouble. This is a chart that is in a lot of trouble. A lot of trouble. And the big levels we need to be watching here. 1, 2,600. 2, 2,800. If we pop back into this area, this is where we can look for a reject 1, 2, a swing entry short. Right? That's where we'll look for that lower high to be formed. That's where we'll look for that lower high to be formed. This is huge. This is huge. This is the first time that we've actually broken structure and we've held. This is big. This is big for the market. Now, what are we watching for this week? This is where the conflict comes in. Because one, we're obviously getting a bit extended. We've had our 10% correction. So now, once we're down at this macro demand, it's our job to determine, hey, are we going lower? Or are we going to see a relief bounce? Based off the context of where we're trading and the strength we've seen on Friday, it's very likely we see a relief bounce here. This is the fourth touch of that macro uptrend trendline support, testing that major demand. Now, if you get down to the hourly here, we're starting to see signs of a reversal where we broke that demand, test that major trendline support, and now here on the hourly, right, we have a higher low. So now the big question is can we get back up here, sweep this structure, put in a higher high, and start to break out to the upside? That's the question. As of now, this downtrend is still intact. If you look at this chart, you can see that this downtrend is fully intact still. We have our high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, and we're continuing to break and make lower lows. So this downtrend is 100% still intact. But we got our first higher low here. So this is the big question mark. Are we going to hold and then break this 22,275 and start to reverse and get that relief bounce? Or is this going to fail and break these lows? That's the big question. That's the big question. So with that being said, this week, this is our range. This is what we have to work with here. This is what we have to work with. 19,800, 20,275. Push back into the supply up here. 20,275, 20,300. If we show weakness in this area, you best believe it's valid for a reject, right? We can watch that area for a reject. Bottom of the range, we pull back into 19,800, 20,000 area. Yes, we could watch for a demand bounce. Main watch is obviously going to be getting the front door out of this range. So what we need to see here is one, break this downtrend trendline resistance, reclaim this structure here. Above 2275, this is where the squeeze begins. This is where the squeeze begins back into that 20,700, 20,800. Downside, if we break that 19,800, like I said, this is where bear market territory comes in hand, right? This is huge. Below 19,800, next level is 19,000. This is huge. Huge, huge, huge. Massive. All right, so that's the big levels I'm watching this week. 20,275 to the upside, 19,800 to the downside. If you want to talk about a trade opportunity right now, because we can trade futures, and I am interested in a potential trade opportunity. One is, I was long right here. Ended up getting stopped out. Then it ran 100 points without me. So that's first things first. Second, right now, market open. Gap down, pushed into this 20,000, ended up breaking it. So this is the low of tonight. This is the high of tonight. So this is kind of our range here. Reclaimed that 20,000, held it. Now we're pushing back into the supply here at 20,100. If we can reclaim 20,100 here, this is where we can look for a long position back in 20,200, ultimately targeting the top of this base here at 20,275. That's what I'm watching tonight throughout this live and into tomorrow, right? If we can reclaim that 20,100, we're very likely going to squeeze back into 20,200 for that gap fill and potentially even that high here. Now, on the flip side, if we test this 20,100 and we start to show weakness, that is valid for a short back down into the 20,000. That's the trades that I'm watching for tonight while we're on the live. If the opportunity rises, I'll definitely take it with you guys. Yeah, that's what I'm watching on NQ. Very clean chart, very clean levels. And hopefully you guys understand why I said what I said about this chart. Overall uptrend as of now is still intact, but barely, right? Barely. That's the thing. Barely. Every single pop we've had recently has been instantly shot down. Pop, shot down. Pop, shot down. Shot down. Shot down. Shot down. Shot down. We've had zero continuation to the upside in the past 2 or 3 weeks, right? You can see the downside is super significant. So with that being said, I'm interested to see how we hold after Friday's session. But that's what I'm watching there on NQ. And like I said, this is huge. You guys can see why this is huge. This is the fourth touch of this major uptrend trend line support. If this trend line breaks, that's it. See you later, alligator. ES. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Kick it off with the monthly here. Pretty much identical, right? In terms of structure, I should say. Monthly time frame, obviously, we're very strong, right? We have our higher highs, we have our higher lows. What I want to focus on is this area here. And this is for ES. If you look at this chart here, we attempted to go higher on multiple occasions, failing. Now, what's most important about this monthly chart is we broke that structure. Now, given there's still a full month to go on this monthly candle, right? So my mindset moving forward is if we close this month below 5,800, short it, period, right? That's the name of the game. We close March below 5,800, we're in for a significant more amount of downside. If we close above 5,800 on March, that's where we'll likely see a rip back in all-time highs. That's my personal opinion, and that's how I'm going to be trading it going into the next month. But from a monthly standpoint here, we're in trouble. We broke that 5,800. We broke that structure. And if you get down here to the weekly, you're going to see exactly what I'm talking about. Not only did we break that structure, we broke the uptrend, right? So now we have a massive confluence here. Look at the confluence, right? We have our high, another high, another high. So we have a triple top, failure to go higher. That in itself is a bearish indication of a reversal. That's an indication of a bearish reversal. Confirmation was what we got last week. We got a break and a hold below that massive structure. This is no longer a bullish chart right now, right? This is a chart you don't want to be long on, right? We have the double top, failure to go higher, break of structure, break of this macro uptrend, rising volume accompanying this move. This is not a chart you want to be looking for longs on. Right? This is not at all, and you guys can see why. Right? So the game plan here is moving forward. If you look at the daily, it's a little bit cleaner. One, that 5,800 level is absolutely massive. This is a massive level, as you guys can see here. There is no joke about this level. So let's get down to the hourly here and break down what we're watching for the week ahead. Like I said on NQ, we're starting to coil pretty tight, right? You can see that this wedge here is pretty tight, right? These moves are very sporadic. Massive up, massive down, massive up, massive down, massive up, massive down, massive up, massive down. This channel is going to break eventually, right? And that's when we'll see the real big move. You guys think the ranges are wide now? Wait until this channel breaks, right? Same thing with NQ. Wait until this channel breaks. That's when you'll see moves like this, right? You'll see moves like that when that channel breaks. That's where you get those channel break moves. Now we're kind of consolidating down on the bottom of this channel and exactly at the midpoint, so not much is happening. But wait till we get to the top or the bottom. Same scenario with ES. This is huge. But the big levels we need to be paying attention to here this week on, ES, first and foremost, obviously that 5,800. That's the big level of interest here. If we can get a break and hold above 5,800, that's where we can look for that long position back into 5,880, ultimately targeting that 6,000 level. That's when the squeeze begins. Downside, 5,720 is a big level of interest. That was the previous week's low, and we attempted to break it, reclaimed, and held it here on tonight's session. So if we can pull back and hold again here, we could look for a higher risk long. The main watch, obviously, is breaking this range. If we can get below 5,680, that's where ES is headed into that correction territory. Very simple. Very, very simple. This is a beautiful chart. Big level 5,800, big level 5,680. That simple. We'll go over a couple more here in terms of futures. We have YM, which big level here is 42,000. You guys can see this is a very significant demand. Long as YM holds this 42,000, this is a chart you can't really be super bearish on. But if we break that 42,000, shorted it to the ground. RTY, identical chart, you guys can see. And I want you guys to notice something, just as I talked about in the beginning of tonight's live, is pay attention to the confluence. ES sitting in demand. NQ sitting at the macro trendline support, which is a demand. YM sitting in demand. What do you notice here with RTY? In demand. All four major indices are sitting in demand. Not only just sitting in demand, but look at the context of how we approach this demand. We're extremely overextended, right? We're extremely overextended. So with that being said, you got to be careful. This is where we usually see those massive relief bounces. Obviously, it's a little too early to tell, but the levels that I've discussed so far tonight are levels you need to be watching to say, hey, this is when that bounce is happening, and this is how I can partake in it. That's what it's all about, identifying those higher time frame levels, and then obviously going to a lower time frame and executing. But that's what I'm watching there on futures. Let's get into SPY here. Let's get into SPY. Let me know when you guys are ready, and we'll rock out. I know a lot of you guys like to follow along with SPY. So just drop a ready in the chat and we'll rock out. I'm waiting on you guys. Whoops, I accidentally muted myself. All right, let's get it. Let's get it, let's get it, let's get it. So, monthly time frame here, obviously the same as ES. So let's jump straight down into the daily. This is what I really want to talk about, and you guys can see why. We're at the levels of all levels here. This is it. This is it on SPY. This is it. You guys can see the significance of this level. Previous all-time high resistance, resistance, turn support, support. Here we are testing that macro demand again. This is it. This is it. That's it. That's all I got to say. This is it. If we hold this, uptrend still intact. If we fail this, say hello to 500s, 540s. That simple. So, big levels we need to watch here on SPY. First and foremost, obviously at 565. Like I said, this is the level of all levels. 565. Level of all levels. Previous resistance, resistance, support, support. Here we are again testing that support. The reason I personally swung long is because of this chart. Look at it. We're in a macro demand. When you look at a trade like this, look how extended we were. We made an 8% downside move on SPY, 0 relief. Friday session, what do? Pushed into this macro demand, held, and closed a bullish pin bar. That's the best swing signal you can get. Macro demand, bullish candlestick confirmation, closes strong above your level, swing it. Stop is below that previous day's low. Same thing with QQ, which we'll get into in a minute. But moving forward, as long as we're above this 565 on SPY, you can't be short into it, right? You guys can see the significance of this level. This is it, right? So moving forward, what do we need to be watching here? Big levels, 565, we got it. 2, 577.50. So going into this week, my game plan. 1, looks like we're forming an inverted head and shoulders here. We have the left shoulder, we have the head. All we need to do is form that right shoulder. So if we do form that right shoulder, I want to catch it. 577.50, neckline. 570, left shoulder, demand. So if we can pull back into this 570 level on SPY and we can hold, I will add to my swing position. My stop loss will be below 565. That'll fill out that inverted head and shoulders. That's what I'm watching on SPY this week for a swing. Now, in terms of day trades, SPY, if we can get above 577.50, that's where I want to look for that break and hold to go long back into this 585, 586. This is that macro supply. Once we get up in this 585, 586, this is where we can look for a potential rejection if we show weakness. If we get above 585, hang on tight. We're headed back into the 600s. 600s is where you can slam that reject with some size. This is the major macro supply. All right, that's the game plan for the upside. Downside, like I said, 570, higher risk demand bounce for that inverted head and shoulders. Main watch for downside is going to be back below 565. Bottom's going to fall out again. Literally just short the pops. 550's the first target. 500's the second target. Beautiful chart, beautiful levels. And yeah, man, if you guys have noticed as well, I've only traded pretty much QQQ for the past 2 or 3 weeks. There's no reason to trade anything else, right? Like when you have ranges like this, SPY Friday, for example, made a $10 move to the downside, $12 move to the upside. Why do I need to trade anything else? Why am I going to trade Meta? Why am I going to trade Tesla? Why am I going to trade any other name when the value is here? The value is here. QQQ, for example, $11 move to the downside, followed by a $13 move to the upside. You catch one of these $2 to $3 candles, guess what? You're up 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100% on 0 days. Sometimes 200, 300%. Right? So when you have a clean setup like we've been having where levels are respected, ranges are nice, and price action's clean, this is where money's made. Right? And you guys seen it firsthand. Last week, I made $70K. Right? $70,000 with proof. No Google spreadsheets. Showed you guys my P&L every single day. Live logging. I've done it all. Right? I've done it all. I don't just talk the talk, I walk the walk. And matter of fact, I don't even talk the talk, I just walk the walk, right? You guys trade with me every single day. There's not a single person in this space that does what I do at the level I do it. And transparently and consistently. And that's a fact, right? That's a fact. They hide behind Discord subscriptions. You have to pay to lose, essentially. And then when you lose, you get gaslit you're losing, and they say it's your fault. Nah, we don't do that over here, man. I'm just speaking facts, and I'm always going to speak facts. But anyway, that's what I'm watching on SPY. Let's get into QQQ. Trend line. Level of all levels. Same thing we talked about on SPY. Again, notice the confluence, guys. Confluence, confluence, confluence. Where's SPY sitting? Macro demand. Right? Major all-time high resistance. Turn support. Last level. Last line in the sand. All eyes on this level. 565. Macro demand. Look at QQQ. What are we doing? Same exact thing. Last level, last line of defense, line in the sand, trend line support, plus demand. On top of that, we've had a full-blown correction, right? QQQ is down 11%. What do you notice from Friday's session? Why did I swing QQQ long Friday? Why did I swing it over the weekend? 1, tested that macro uptrend trend line support. 2, we tested that macro demand. 3, we got confirmation. Confirmation came from 1, we tested this major demand, right? Tested a major demand, held it, closed with a bullish engulfing. That was my trigger to go long. That was my trigger to go long. That was my trigger to go long. I'm not gonna lie, I have so much FOMO on this chart, man. So much FOMO. I was long right here, and I got stopped out for break even, -$0. So much FOMO. That's a 100-point move, by the way. That's $2,000 per contract. That's sucky. It's all good, though. Like I said, if we hold this 2100 here, I will take this trade with you guys right now. I think we could squeeze back into this 2200. If we can hold strong here, we'll take it. I honestly should have taken that retest of structure right there just now. That was clean. Get that previous resistance, turn support, but obviously I'm not paying attention to the chart. I'm on the live. But yeah, that looks good. That looks good. That looks very, very good. We'll watch this for a second, see if we can get anything from it. See if it'll give us any juice. See if she'll give us any juice. Can we get some juice, please? Whatever. We'll keep an eye on it. I'll keep it on the back burner. Anyway, QQQ, you guys can see this is the last line of defense, last line in the sand. Absolutely huge. That's why I swung long. Now, let's get into the levels we're watching. 1, closed right into this major trend line resistance. That's also in confluence with that 493 level, Friday's highs, and the daily 200 MA. If we can get, listen to me, guys. Listen. If we can get a clean break and hold above 493, clean break and hold, simply buy the next dip, go long, 500 first target, 505 second target. That's the A+ setup. If we can get a break of this downtrend here, reclaim of that 493 structure, reclaim of the daily 200, it's an A+ setup. A+ breakout. Clean as it gets, and you guys can see exactly why. One, when you're taking breakouts, context is super important. What is the context? We bounced off a macro demand. Two, major structure, downtrend trend lines. Everything you need to see is there. Everything you need to see it. Beautiful chart. All right, so that's the top watch here. If we can get above this 493, simply go long on QQQ, target that 498, and then this major supply here at 505. If we push into this 505, that's where we can look for a reject to go short. If we break this 505, hang on tight. We're back into the 520s very quickly. Now, in terms of downside, again, we have a nice little inverted head and shoulders forming here, so I am interested in that. If QQQ can pull back into this demand, 485, 43 and hold, I will look to add to my swing position. I would. Now, in terms of downside, I'm not interested unless one, we get back into the supply, or two, we get below 480. If we get below 480 on QQQ, that's when we can short it into the ground. But as of right now, you guys can see we're holding that macro demand. So this is not really a chart that you want to be short on, right? That's not a chart you really want to be short on at all. So just keep that in mind, guys. This is a beautiful chart, right? SPY and QQQ, the charts that we're covering right now, these are beautiful charts that will provide a lot of opportunity this week. Levels are super clean. Price action's been super clean. These are some beautiful charts, right? These are some beautiful charts. I can't wait to trade them. Super excited. But yeah, that's what I'm watching on QQQ and SPY. NQ and ES for the week ahead. Let's get into these individual names. First things first here, we got Tesla. Tesla. Why do I like Tesla for the week ahead? One, we're testing this weekly 200 SMA. Two, we just filled this massive gap on the daily. All right, you guys can see we just filled this massive gap on the daily. Tested the bottom of this demand here from that gap fill. Tested that weekly 200 MA. This looks very, 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 very good on Tesla. Again, similar setup to QQQ. We have this trendline resistance here, which we've been getting slammed off of each and every time, in confluence with this structure. Mark my words, if Tesla can get above 266.50, we get a clean break and hold on Tesla above 266.50, this can be back into 280, potentially even 300 in no time. That's my top watch here. Tesla can get above that 266.50, looking for that next dip to go long, targeting that 280 and then 300. Now, I'm not closed-minded to the downside on Tesla. If we break this 250 on Tesla, it is going to be an absolute bloodbath down into the 230s, 220. So either way it goes, above 266.50 on Tesla or below 250. I like them both. AMD. AMD has been absolutely annihilated, right? AMD's down 60% from all-time highs, working on a beautiful bullish divergence here on the daily where stock attempted to go lower. ISR made a higher low. Most important aspect here is AMD just tested a macro demand. You guys can see the significance of this demand on AMD. I'm a little salty because I got stopped out twice last week on my small account swing because I didn't buy enough time, and I would have ended up green on Friday's session if I would have held. I got stopped out on that big red candle, but it's all good. This week, what I'm watching on AMD, two things. One, pull back into 98, 96 for a demand bounce. Or two, if we can get above 101 on AMD, I think that's going to trigger that squeeze to the upside back into 104, ultimately targeting that 107, 110 level. That's the game plan on AMD. Absolute beautiful chart. Looks very, very good. Hold on, NQ. Hold on. We might have missed our setup here. I hope not. We might have missed our setup. I hope not. Please. Fuck. Bro, like I said, I got so much FOMO. I was literally long here. No bullshit. I was long right here. From my entry, that's a 120 point move. That's like $2,200 a contract. Sick. It's all good, though. We'll keep an eye on it, see if we can catch an entry. Alrighty, NVIDIA. Next here. Beautiful chart. Beautiful, beautiful chart. Testing this macro demand here. 107.50, 109.50. Absolutely beautiful. What do we have here on the hourly? We had this major structure. NVIDIA attempted to go lower, failed to go lower, and reclaimed. So the game plan on NVIDIA is very simple. Pull back at this 110, 109.50, and we can hold. Look for a swing entry with a stop loss below that low. That's number one. Number two, NVIDIA can break and hold above this 113. I think that's when the squeeze will begin. We could target that 116, 120. And lastly here, if the market gets weak and NVIDIA flips weak again, if NVIDIA can get below 107.50 Friday's low, I truly believe that this is a $100 stock again. So that's the game plan there on NVIDIA, above 113 or below 107.50. Very, 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 very simple. Next, we have Amazon. Again, very similar chart. Very similar chart to everything that we've covered. Amazon, what did we do? Text a massive, massive macro demand here. Held it, got that fair to go lower on the daily. Go down here to the hourly. You're going to get that similar structure. This is a beautiful chart. Two things I want to watch here on Amazon. 1, 200 level. 2, 192.50. If Amazon can get back above 200, simply look for that next dip to buy. Go long, targeting that 206, 210. This is a chart that's swing worthy as well. Downside, we get below 192.50. Look for that downside move into 183.50. Very simple on Amazon for the week ahead. Lastly here, we have AVGO. This is a stock that I absolutely love for the week ahead. 1, we're tested a major demand. 2, we test this daily 200. 3, we have an earnings catalyst behind us. This is an A+ setup in my opinion. So 2 things I'm watching here on AVGO. 1, 196 level. 2, if we can pull back into this 184, 180 demand, I want to look for a swing entry here with a stop loss below 178. If we can get above that 196, that's where I want to look to go long back into 205, ultimately targeting at 220. This is an absolute beautiful, 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 beautiful chart. And yeah, man, that's what I'm watching for the week ahead. Hopefully you guys took notes. We've covered an absolute ton. We've covered NQ, ES, YM even, RTY, Tesla, AMD, NVIDIA, AVGO, Amazon, Meta. We've covered an absolute ton tonight. Absolute ton. Got a few more things I want to cover with you guys. 1, snow. This is a very, very, very beautiful chart. I like this for a potential swing. We just filled this gap on snow. Reclaim that structure, 153.50. Game plan here is tomorrow, if snow can pull back at a 153.50, 150 area and hold, I'm going to look for a swing entry targeting that 166. So snow's one of my top swing watches here. DAQ is also one of my top swing watches here. Just pulled back and tested this macro demand, and it also tested that daily 200 moving average. We have that major resistance, turn support, which we've held previously. DAQ closed Friday session strong with a bullish pin bar. So what I'm looking for here on DAQ is a slight pullback on tomorrow's session into the 78, 79 area for a swing entry with the stop loss below 77, or I might just take it above highs. That's how much I like this setup. But yeah, that's the game plan here, guys. Absolute beautiful charts. Couple more things I want to go over here. This is my top swing watch for the week ahead, and I'm going to explain to you guys why. All right, I'm going to explain to you guys why. Starbucks. This is my favorite swing for the week ahead. We broke this trendline resistance from all-time highs, retesting it as support. Not only are we retesting that trendline resistance turn support, but we are testing a major demand at the same exact time. This is a very high confluence demand here at 103. So that being said, what else do we have here? 50 MA on the daily. We have a triple confluence here. This is absolutely beautiful on Starbucks. So I'm looking forward to entering this on Monday. Absolutely love this for a swing with a stop below Friday's low. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Next, we have Target here. It's one of my top swing watches for a very valid reason. Beautiful test of this trendline support here. This is the third touch. On top of that, we have a confluence after bouncing off the bottom of this gap fill here from a weak earnings report. You guys can see the significance of this demand. Starbucks and Target are my two favorite swings for the week ahead. The reason I really love these two is 1, macro demand, 2, confluence, 3, daily closures. We're very bullish on Friday's session. So looking forward to entering Starbucks and Target tomorrow if we get the opportunity. Looks very good. Another one I'm keeping on watch is PanW, testing this macro uptrend trendline support. Also is the daily 200 MA. So very beautiful setup here as well. My two top watches are Starbucks and Target though. ARC is also a name I'm keeping an eye on. You guys can see here we're testing this major resistance, turn support, which is also that daily 200 MA. Most importantly, we now have a failure to go lower here on ARC. ARC, Target, and Starbucks are my my 3 top swing watches for the week ahead. I'm looking forward to entering one of them, 2 of them, or maybe even all 3 of them. Who knows? If we get the opportunity, I'll take all 3. In my opinion, ARC, Starbucks, and Target are 3 A+ swing setups, and I can guarantee you we're going to catch one of them. Might not catch all of them, but we'll at least catch one, that's for sure. We'll at least catch one for sure. Whether it's Starbucks, ARC, or Target, these are 3 swings that I'm actually comfortable putting a little bit of size in. So we'll go from there. But yeah, it looks very, very good. Very, very good. Very, very good. But yeah, man, that's what I'm watching for the week ahead. Now, let's go ahead and get into these giveaways, man. We've covered an absolute ton this far tonight. And, damn, man, I keep looking at this NQ chart, and I got fucking FOMO, bro. Man. That reclaim was just so beautiful. Market opened here, had that nice downside move. We held 20,000 initially, popped, formed that lower high, broke 20,000, put in a new low, quickly reclaimed, held. I entered on the second test after we held, and I got stopped out for literally -0, break even, and then ripped 100 points without me. It's all good though. It's all good. It is what it is. Can't be mad about it. Can't be mad about it. But yeah, man. You guys know what I'm doing. I'm long over the weekend. Swung AMD, swung QQQ, swung SPY. Looking good so far. Looking good so far. Looking good so far. We pretty much reclaimed that overnight move. So we're back up to Friday's close on QQQ SPY. So I'm excited for tomorrow, man. I personally believe that we'll see a relief bounce from current levels. I do. I think that off of this trendline support on NQ, I think this is going to be a short-term bottom. I could be wrong, but I put my money where my mouth is. So if I'm wrong, it is what it is. You know, it is what it is. But I think the risk reward down here is great for a swing position. If we break that 22.75 on NQ, that's going to be the trigger for this thing to go fucking parabolic, and that would correlate to that QQQ 493 level. These are my favorite charts for the week ahead. Just look absolutely amazing. But yeah, man, I'm going to go ahead and get these giveaways going, and then we'll call it a night, all right? Let me go ahead and pull this up here. Get that going. How many of you guys enjoyed tonight's live so far? Drop a fire, man. Where y'all at? Y'all enjoying tonight's live? Let me take a drink of water and we'll rock out. While I'm doing that, yeah, give me 1 second. The next mentorship is probably going to start in a week and a half. I'm going to announce the details tonight. I open it in 3 different intervals. Wow. I was looking at the chat. There was no fire emojis for a long time, but they just all popped up. Dope, man. Appreciate you guys. I'm glad you guys are enjoying tonight's live. The mentorship, sorry. Yes, I do 3 different intervals. I open 1 for the channel on Instagram. 2, I open on this Sunday live, and then 3, I'll do Instagram live. I cap it at 15. That's it. If you pay attention to the chat, you would have had a head start. You would have had a head start. How much does micro NQ makes every 10 points? It's $2 per dollar. The mini is $20 per dollar. So you can make or lose $20 every dollar. Let's go, man. Love to see it, y'all. Alrighty, let's get this giveaway rocking. Let's get this giveaway rocking. Keyword is going to be FST. Let's go. FST. All you got to do is type it in the chat one time. Type it in the chat one time. FST. Right now, I owe you guys one giveaway. No, wow. I owe you guys 2 giveaways. Okay. Shout out to you guys, man. Well, not really, because I'm just losing money at this point. But, I'm not mad at it, man. You guys show up for me, I'll show up for y'all. Bada bing, bada boom. Bada bing, bada boom. Yeah, you can write the mentorship off. Beautiful thing is as well, like, I don't think people understand. Like, knowing what I know now, bro, I would have never traded with my own capital. Bro, you can literally write off the prop firm evals. If you take an eval, regardless if you pass it or not, you can fucking write it off. Like, with props, there is no risk. You write the fucker off. Simple. Simple. Anyway, good luck, everybody. Janier Williams. I want to say that's a Minty. I do. I want to say that's a Minty. I could be wrong here, though. Yeah, you can write off props. Yep, you can write off evals. Yes, yes, yes. Yep, yep, yep. Janier, where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? I owe you guys one more giveaway. So just hang around for a second. Man, you're running short on time, Janier. I'm going to close this out at a minute. I'll give you an extra 10 seconds. Type anything, man. All you got to do is type anything in the chat. Alright, bro. I can't wait any longer. Sorry. Alright, let's run that back. Terp Galaxy. Congratulations. Where you at? Where you at? Perfect. 16 seconds. That's all it took. Where's he at? Terp Galaxy. There we go. Go to channel. Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. That's okay. It's okay. Congratulations to Terp Galaxy. I know there's a delay, but there's not a minute 30 delay. Terp Galaxy just got it in 16 seconds. I gave him an extra 30 seconds, 40 seconds. How do I get out of this? There we go. Alrighty, we got one more. Let's run it back. I understand there's a delay, right? Everybody's different. That's why I gave you so much time. I know he commented, but if he commented, it would have popped up. Just like Terp did. If you notice, it turned green instantly. Like, if you go back and look, right? Right, let's go back and look at this. Right? This is the beauty of YouTube as well. Look, 16 seconds. Waiting for messages, right? 30 seconds. 45 seconds. A minute and 09. A minute 10. Right? A minute 15. I said, okay, that's enough. I said I was going to stop it at a minute. I gave him extra 15 seconds after the minute. Extra 20 seconds. And then watch what happened when Terp won. 16 seconds. That's how quick he claimed it. 16 seconds. Watch Terp. It turned green. Look how quick that was. I mean, I generally don't care, but it's like, you know what I mean? Like, rules are rules. You know what I mean? I'm not. I can't help that. You know what I mean? I can't. I cannot help that. All right, give me 1 second. We'll run it back. We'll run it back. Run it back. Damn, we just missed that fucking retest too. Shit. Shit. Did anybody take that? Damn. Fucking missed it. God damn it. That 2100 retest was fucking perfect. Shit. Motherfucker. Damn. That was what? That was what, a 25-point move? That was like $500 a contract. That would have been nice. Shit. Damn. That would have been fucking nice. All right, let's go ahead and knock this last one out. Janeer, I got you, man. But just, you know, anybody who wins, right? I'm making it be known right now. You got a minute, right? With a delay or not, a minute's more than enough. Terp just claimed it in 16 seconds. I'm gonna tell you, you need to get some faster internet. Janeer, like I said, I don't mind, bro. But you know, if I do it for you, the next person will be like, oh, well, you gave him a minute 30. I don't want to deal with that. Respect my time. I respect yours. That's simple. Anyway, let's finish it up here. Keyword is going to be MIN. Let's go. Good luck, everybody. Fuck me, man. I would have loved to have caught that. Fuck me. Shit. Wow, that's a 30-point move now. It's a 30-point move. Damn. Damn, son. Where'd you find that? Wow, y'all. Look at that chart. It's fucking beautiful. Fucking beautiful. Wow. Wow. It's all good. Y'all out here making me miss shit now. Alrighty, good luck, everybody. Here we go. 1 minute. Alright, so got 1 minute. Damn, my shit's lagging too. Fuck. Excuse me. What's going on? I clicked the winner. There we go. Caden Shannon. Caden Shannon. Good luck and congratulations. Can you make it in a minute? I bet a lot of you ladies in here with husbands like, yeah, he can't make it a minute. Whoops, I shouldn't have said that. It's probably a miserable life. 14 seconds. Look at that. Yeah, y'all ain't about to gaslight me and tell me there's a massive delay. I know, you guys know I checked it. The delay was like 20, 30 seconds max. There's no 1 minute delay. If your shit is delayed more than 30 seconds, you need to contact your internet provider. Don't get mad at me. Contact your internet provider. He just claimed it in 14 seconds. Terp claimed it in 14 seconds. Yeah, nah. Take that up with your internet provider. That ain't me. Caden, type again. So right now, I told him to type again. Let's see how long it takes him. Caden, type again. It is 10 o'clock on the dot. 2206. 20 seconds. Just like I said. Just like I said, man. Y'all over here trying to gaslight me. Don't treat me like y'all significant others, man. Don't try to gaslight me. Y'all some gaslighting fools, man. That's why y'all got the problems y'all do in your relationship. Nah, I'm just kidding, man. Let me stop. But yeah, man. That's gonna conclude tonight's live. Let's take a look at these charts for a second. See if we can find an entry or something, because I got some FOMO. I ain't gonna lie to you. See if we can catch something nice here. Wow, bro, that was fucking beautiful. That retest was just so beautiful just now. So clean. I was long here too. I know I've said it like 20 times. I just got FOMO. From my entry, that was a 130-point move. Wow. If we break this 2145 here, we're going to fill that gap. 2200. If we break that 2275, we're going to wake up in the morning to like 2500. I wouldn't be surprised if we made that move overnight, to be honest. If we break, mark my words, if we break this 2275, we'll be at 2500 in no time. So for those of you guys that trade futures, I'll give you guys a quick rundown before I hop off. What I'm watching for the rest of the night is a couple things. One, pull back 2100, hold for gap fill in at 2200. Two, if we can push into this 2275, 2300 area. One, if we show weakness, I'm open to a reject there. But the main watch is that break and hold above to go long back to that 2500. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little salty. I missed that long entry. A little salty. A lot of salty, actually. But, yeah, man. I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night. Shout out to you guys, man. Thank you for taking time out of your Sunday to come kick it. I really appreciate that, regardless if you won or not. I appreciate every single one of you guys for taking time out of your Sunday to come kick it. I mean that, y'all. You guys know I do this for you guys. I don't have any ads on. I don't do any of that. I don't make a single dollar from this. I haven't made a single dollar from this. I've been doing this for 3 or 4 years now. Even last week, I just had got surgery, and I still showed up for you guys. So, you know, I do my part. You guys do your part. We can meet in the middle and be great together. All right? Talk about the mentorship. What do you want to know? Whatever you got, hit me. Whatever you got, hit me. What do you want to know? Just an FYI, throughout tonight, 2 spots are gone. So I'm not going to post it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not the type of person. You know, people ask me all the time, why don't you promote your mentorship? I don't want to. I don't want someone to join my mentorship because of marketing. I want someone to join my mentorship because, one, they relate to the way that I am as a person, not only as a person, but they like the way that I trade. They like the way that I deliver my knowledge. I don't want somebody else to join my mentorship because of what Brett did or Hannah did or any of my mentees did. Like, I'm going to show you guys something. Right? I'm going to show you guys something. Do you guys see me posting this on Instagram? There's no reason to. For what? Right? Why? Look at JNHG here, one of my mentees. He's up 100% on his count, 500 to 500, right? Hannah made 7,000 on Friday, 7,000 on Friday. Dylan made 27,000 last week. Cash flow. Look at this calendar. March, he's up 3K, 6K, 10K, 12, 14K in March. Beanbag, 1,200. Jammer, crushing it. Cash flow, there he is again, crushing it. Money making tone. Payout, 1,600, 1,000, 900. Right? I mean, I could do it all day long, but there's no. I don't do that. You know what I mean? I don't want to do that. I don't want somebody to sign up because of what another mentee did. Right? That's not why. I don't want somebody to sign up because of what I did. Right? And I tell you guys that. Right? I tell you guys that. But yeah, man. Reaper, we're going to start next week. Yeah, about a week. Yep. But yeah, whatever you guys got about 5 minutes here. I'll hang out for a second, whether it's trading related, prop firms, options, business, entrepreneurship, something about me, whatever you guys got, feel free to ask it. Now's your time. I'll see majority of you guys tomorrow. Be live trading. You guys know the vibes, man. And yeah, again, I appreciate every single one of you guys for taking time out of your Sunday. Before I hop off, like I said, if anybody's got any questions, feel free to ask it. Feel free to ask it. Side note, a short setup I'm watching. If we reject the top of this gap here, lose 2100, look for that 2100 short back down into 20,000. That's what I'm watching. If we can pull back and hold 2100, that's where I'll look for that long entry, targeting 2150, and then the top of that gap fill at 2200. That's what I'm watching into the rest of the night. Very simple. Both trades depend on this 2100 level. Let's see. How large of account do I need to get into? I mean, you don't really need, account size is irrelevant, right? You don't need any type of account size to take the mentorship. You don't really need anything, you know? Yeah, I mean, the account size is irrelevant. I'm not going to trade for you, you know what I mean? I can't give you that recommendation. It's all about what you're comfortable with, you know? Sam, I can't, legally say that, but I do share the trades that I take on my futures, if you can put two and two together. Okay? I do take trades that pass evals. Yes. I have passed plenty of evals. Yes. If that answers your question. I could say something, but I'm not going to. I shouldn't even have said that, to be honest. I use Apex and Take Profit. The reason I use those two is because they're the biggest in the industry, got the best rules. I don't give a fuck about anything else, period. They both paid me, 0 issues, haven't had any issues. I'm cool with it, got it. Only two I'll speak on, only two I'll use. That's all I need. Apex, I make about 55,000 every 2 weeks, every 8 days. Sorry. Take Profit, I withdraw daily. I'm cool. You know what I mean? I'm cool. I've been averaging like 150, 200K a month with props. I was against them for a long time. I wish I wasn't, though. I wish I would have started a lot earlier. 100%. But yeah, man, I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night. Again, thanks to every one of you guys for taking time out of your night to come kick it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed tonight's live. I will see you guys bright and early in the morning for the Zoom. And yeah, man, you guys enjoy the rest of your night, all right? Peace, everybody.